Speaking of flurries, are you trying to avoid the snow globe of stress this time of year? We are getting a handle on all the holiday chaos with parenting expert Michelle McVittie. I love that you sent this graphic in. It's like, it's so true. And why do we put ourselves in that snow globe?
I know. It's just the society norms, right? That we feel as though I'm not a good parent if I don't do this. The other children will see that this family does this. And there's a lot of expectations that sometimes we just put on ourselves because it's part of our personality as well. I'm a recovering pleaser myself, so
I love that. And sometimes it's even family pressure, like, you know, well, everybody always gets together on this day.
That's right. And what do you mean you don't have matching jams for everybody? That's going to cost you $500, and we have to go here, and then we have this party, and if you don't go, that's disrespectful. That's not okay. And I think what people are doing is they're taking some of that power back to say, I'm going to set some boundaries. But it's tough to say no to people because I'm going to be rude. So you have to find that balance for yourself. But do you need to go to 3 parties on one Saturday? Probably not.
Right. And how do you set expectations with kids too?
I think that's a conversation, and I think you also have to validate some of where they're coming from as well, where I want to do this or I want to do that. So where can we meet in the middle? We will go for an hour, we will go for 2 hours, or we're going to go to one party, not 2 parties. So which one would you prefer to go to? So giving them some clear expectations and a routine, so they know what to expect, especially those kids that are like, as soon as you say party, they're like, no, I don't want to, I want to play video games. So have a calendar, explain to them what will happen and how long you will have to stay, and tolerate some of their distress.
Right. And then sleep is a big thing too. You know, as we get into, okay, so we're staying up later, we're having to travel all over the place, you need to be well rested.
So, you know, sleep routines are great for children. That's why they love to go to school, because there's routines there. So when we lose our routine and structure, that's where it can become a little bit chaotic. Some kids are easygoing, but you are probably have a child that is not easygoing, and then we see the chaos. So structure and sleep are so important, and it takes your brain some time to wind down. So you can't be partying and expecting a child to just shut off, and just being mindful of that.
Right, especially with all the treats and everything.
Yeah, it's just like the treats, when we don't eat well, I don't feel good either. In the moment I feel good, right? So we want to be mindful too. Are we drinking enough water? Are we putting some fiber in our body, some protein in our body? And our child needs the same thing. So you don't have to restrict everything, but with some children you have to be more mindful.
Right. So how do you, when they have almost 2 weeks off of school, right, coming up. So how do you keep that maintain that schedule? Well,
you're going to have to look at your own family and what you can do. Bring in your team, tag team with your partner or mom or aunt or babysitter, and sit down with the children to say, what are we looking at? You want to sleep in? That's great. Tuesdays and Thursdays, though, we're going to get out of the house. We're going to go for a hike. Plan ahead. What do your children need? What fill their cup? And what fills your cup as well?
Yeah, that's the most important thing, because if you don't have a cup that's full,
no, and then
it's going to be awful.
We're just thriving. We want to thrive instead of survive.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, manage expectations too.
Yes.
Okay, lots of great tips. Thanks so much for coming in.
Merry
Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll get all of Michelle's tips up on our website, chch.com/morninglive.